It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body. Supplements that get you moving and keep you moving. That make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world, and you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Well, welcome everyone to our Global Wellness Wednesday event. And I know we have people coming in from all over. I'm personally based here in the Palm Springs area. I am a functional nutritionist, and I love everything about the health and wellness space. I have been in this industry for over 20 years. I am passionate about helping people to create vibrant, healthy lives, and that's really through simple lifestyle choices. So tonight is all about just cutting through the confusion of supplements and what actually works, what to avoid. I am thrilled to be just here with a really incredible physician, Dr. Bob Greene. He is coming in also from the Palm Springs area, and Dr. Bob is a board certified internal medicine physician. He has always been into natural, proactive, herbal, homeopathic wellness alongside of his internal wellness practice. He graduated from Tufts University School of Medicine in 1971. He did his postgraduate training at Montefiore Hospital, and that was in New York, College of Medicine, Einstein Albert College of Medicine. His accolades go on and on. He is 79 years young. He's incredible. I love doing events with Dr. Bob. He is truly a pioneer, and I am excited for you to hear from him tonight. So welcome, Dr. Bob.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It is absolutely a pleasure to be on this Zoom call broadcasting all over the world. I am thrilled to present 3 International and what we've got. This company is headquartered here in the United States. It's only 2 years old, and yet in the first 2 years, it's already done $150 million worth of sales of these 10 supplements. Think about that. A 2-year-old company already having achieved $150 million in sales. How many companies, how many startups do you know that can do that? The reason is the products. It's all about the products. The products were developed by Dr. Dan Gubler, who happens to be a 46-year-old nerd. He's brilliant. He has a PhD in organic chemistry. That's a tough act to follow. He was trained at Caltech in California. Then he went on to become a professor at a university in organic chemistry. And over the years, he has developed and brought to market some 70 proactive wellness products. He holds 17 patents. He has a huge following. He's published. I mean, he's the real deal. Dr. Dan is a true scientist. And what Dr. Dan wants to do is go out and explore the rest of the plants in this universe. You see, our products are all plant based. There's no drug interactions, there's no adverse reactions. It's all natural plant based products. Now, there are 600,000 species of plants in the world, and only 5% of them have been explored. So I kid Dr. Dan and tell him he's 46 years old. If he's going to discover the other 95%, he better hurry up. The important thing for you to understand is the concept. The company is called 3 International for a number of reasons, one of which is the process that Dr. Dan and his colleagues go through. They go out and they explore. They look in the deserts and the jungles. They're looking for bark and leaves and shrubs, anything that's related to plants that they think might have some value. They bring it back to the lab, which is in Utah, and then they do something called curation. Curation basically is analyzing the heck out of it to make sure that it is going to be beneficial. And then the third part of the process is cellular absorption technology. Now, what does that mean? That's a patented process that Dr. Dan has, whereby he has 12 different methods to make sure that the molecules in the plants that he finds get down to such a small size that they are readily absorbed through the GI tract in the intestine mucosa. It's called cellular absorption technology. And because he has such a wonderful method of getting these molecules into the cells, the wonderful thing is the result. 90% of the people who try these products for a month have a good experience in just 3 to 4 weeks and come back for more. It's all because of the cellular absorption technology. We'll get into that in more detail as we go through these products. The second study that Dr. Dan did, which is very exciting and apropos for us here, is something called epigenetics. For those of you that don't remember your genetics, epigenetics is the ability of a substance to either upregulate or turn on, or downregulate or turn off a gene. The genes are the things that control our enzymatic reactions. So in the human body, there are about 20 to 25,000 genes. Dr. Dan has picked 8 of these genes. He then exposed these 8 genes to 4 of our 6 products that you take by mouth, and he found amazing things, good things. He found that the products do good things for these genes, and we're going to go into that in some detail as well. And then the third study he did was something called a superoxide study, where he showed that one of our products called Revive has the ability to decrease this product called superoxide, which is basically a waste product of the cellular process, and Revive can reduce superoxide by 36%. That means tremendous decrease in the amount of potential inflammation in the body. So these 3 studies, the cellular absorption study, the epigenetic study, and the superoxide study, is really what hooked me when I was first asked to look at this company a couple of years ago. You see, because of my background and my openness and my willing to look at things related to proactive wellness, I get a lot of calls from a lot of people who are involved in this company or that company, and they're always asking me to get involved because they respect my opinion and they know about my pedigree. So usually what I do is say, show me the studies. Well, when my friend Sally Chung called me up to show me this, and I said, well, show me the studies about this company called 3, quite frankly, I expected the same response. There are no studies. But lo and behold, and much to my surprise, I looked at these studies that Dr. Dan has, and after kicking this around for about a day or 2, I called up Sally and I said, I'm ready to go. She said to me, don't you want to try the products, which is what a lot of people say, to see if they work. And I said to Sally, I don't need to, because the strength of the studies is enough that I have built my belief just on reviewing that. Now, there are a few other things that are exciting about this company that make it very unique. First off, all of our products are in the PDR. What's the PDR? The PDR used to be called the Physician's Desk Reference. It was a big book, the size of a big Bible, that all physicians, including me as a board certified internist, would have on our desks. So when we wrote a prescription for a patient, we would look in the PDR to make sure that there were no drug-drug interactions, there were no adverse reactions, that we had got the dosage right, the indication right. It was basically a manual to help you to make sure you were doing things correctly. Well, over the last 50 years, and by the way, the PDR was first published in 1947, 1 year after I was born, and it was the Bible. If you could get your products into the PDR, that was a big deal. Now, all the pharmaceutical companies that are doing commercial drugs, they get into the PDR, but supplement makers and nutritional makers and vitamin makers, they have a much tougher time getting in. You see, what happens is if you go to pdr.net, and you click on the staff, you will see the quality of the MDs and the PhDs who are on the staff at pdr.net. Those are the folks that analyze all of the products, all of the supplements, all of the minerals that these companies ask to be included. Let me give you some shocking numbers. There are 8,000 supplement, vitamin, mineral makers such as we are. 8,000. Together, they make about 150,000 products. So you got 8,000 companies wanting to get into this PDR with 150,000. Well, only 21 of the 8,000 have gotten into the PDR, and that includes us at 3. But here's the killer. We are the only company that have all of our products in the PDR. So go to pdr.net, punch in the little box whatever vitamin or supplement you might be taking, and see if it shows up. If it shows up as accepted in the PDR, it's good quality. But the chances are it's not going to show up. Well, as times change, we got away from brick and mortar, if you will, and now we're into the digital age. So it's now called the prescriber's digital reference as opposed to the physician's desk reference. But the important thing for you to understand is that all of our products are in. Now, the other thing I want to make clear is there's no vitamin or supplement made that is FDA approved. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, quite frankly, doesn't have time to think about vitamins, supplements, minerals. They're too busy chasing the pharmaceutical houses in terms of the real drug-drug interactions on pharmaceutical drugs. So there's no FDA approval. However, our products are all made here in the United States in what are called FDA-approved manufacturing processes, which follow strict standards. And that gave me another shot of confidence when I looked at this company initially, because you may not know it, but there are lots of products that are made in questionable labs, and that's putting it mildly, in Asia that come into this country, and there's really no quality control at all. So because our products are made here in the United States in FDA-approved facilities, because of all our products are in the PDR, because of Dr. Dan and his scientific credibility and his third-party clinical studies on all of these products and his research, there are now about 3,000 physicians and other healthcare professionals in this company, and it's growing quickly. And we're all very confident that we're in the right place at the right time. So let me take you on a little trip down the lane to show you some of these products very gently, very quickly. And then I want to get into some of the medical literature, because I read things like the New England Journal of Medicine and other things. And I want to show you how cutting edge our products are with things that are being published just today. So the first product I want to talk about is Vitality. Vitality is basically superfood, superfruits. It's a great natural vitamin product. Now, let me stop and just backtrack 1 second to tell you that in the industry of vitamins and supplements, the average absorption is 10%. That means when you put a vitamin or a mineral or some kind of product in your mouth, 90% gets flushed out in the stool and in the urine, and 10% gets absorbed. Think about that. You put a dollar's worth in your mouth, 10 cents stays in, 90 cents goes out. So you may have heard the quip from people saying, oh, you have very expensive urine when you tell them you're taking vitamins and supplements. So 10% is the industry standard. But because of Dr. Dan's cellular absorption technology, he has been able to tremendously increase the absorption of each of our products. So this first one, Vitality, it's not 10% absorbed, it's 44% absorbed, over 4 times what the industry standard is. It's basically a product that gives you energy. It's got all kinds of enzymes in it, protease, amylase, lipase to help with digestion. It's got probiotics. It's got 100 million colonies of good bacteria from 3 different strains. It's got omega 3, 6, 7, and 9 fatty acids. Why do you need fatty acids? You need them to combat inflammation. It's got 72 trace minerals. Why do you need trace minerals? Because the trace minerals activate enzymes. And it's also loaded with amino acids. Why do you need amino acids? Because amino acids are the building block of proteins. It's also got in it superfruits in it to basically help to have good gene function. So you take this in a little packet, this Vitality, once a day. Again, absorption is 44% versus the standard 10%. And the one thing that everybody comments is energy. It gives you tremendous energy. The next product, oh, one more thing. The epigenetics that I mentioned before, in terms of the effect that our products have on genes, is that this product, Vitality, influences one of those genes that Dr. Dan studied. It's called GLP-1, and it increases its function 348%. Now, GLP-1 may sound familiar to many of you because that's what the hoopla is about with semaglutide and Wegovy and Ozempic and Zepbound and all the other injectables as well as oral GP-1 agonists that basically increase the function of GLP-1 in the body. Except with ours, we have a natural plant-based product that increases GLP-1, and not just by a little bit, by 348%. But along with that, this same product, Vitality, affects other genes. Remember, Dr. Dan looked at 8 of the 25,000 genes, and he found that this Vitality increases the function of a gene that has to do with cognitive function, and another one that has to do with ATP production. For those of you that remember your biochemistry, the Krebs cycle is an energy producing cycle that occurs in all of us, and it forms ATP for energy. And then there are other benefits from this one product as well, because this one product, Vitality, decreases 2 of the genes that are associated with inflammation. And one of them you may have heard of, it's called interleukin 6. IL-6. The reason I stress that is because you're seeing that reported in the lay press more and more. So that's what Vitality does. The next product is called Revive. Revive is basically developed by Dr. Dan for renewal and recovery. What it was intended by Dr. Dan to be is a product that you would take after you did a workout, after you went to the gym or you moved boxes around your house or you did weekend gardening and by Sunday night you were hurting. This is a product for revival and recovery. Okay, but and it's a derivative of curcumin, and it's got boswellia in it, and black cumin oil, and shiitake mushrooms, and grapeseed extract, and all kinds of good things. But the exciting thing is what's happening when people get up at some of our meetings and they give a personal testimony. And this is what you hear. Well, Dr. Dan told me this was going to be great to get my muscles and my tendons back in shape, but holy crow, my gout is much less frequent. Or my low back pain from my osteoarthritis or my degenerative joint disease is much better. Or my fibromyalgia is much better. Or my frozen shoulder is much better. Or my rotator cuff problem is much better. Or the frequency of migraines is much better. And even it goes to Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune disease of the thyroid, which can be painful, is much better. Now, I want to stress again, these are not health claims. These are testimonials that individual people get up at meetings and say, well, I don't care what Dr. Dan formulated for, this is what's happening for me. Very, very exciting. And remember, I told you before that the average absorption of a vitamin or a mineral or a supplement is 10%. Will this revive? 30%. And on the epigenetics front, this one product increases that same GLP-1 by 293%. Why is that important? Because it's good to stabilize blood sugar and give you good insulin flows. It also has other wonderful effects in terms of on these genes, upregulating genes that control cognitive function, ATP production, which is energy, and it also decreases inflammation as well. The third product is called collagen. This is a product that's pure collagen. It's type 1 and type 3 collagen, but it's marine sourced from fish, deep sea fish in Scandinavia. And Dr. Dan has put 5 grams of this highly bioavailable collagen in each one of these packets. Now, the normal absorption for supplements, 10%. This collagen, 73%. So you can see that it gets absorbed into the system and much more effect much quicker. It's a product that's very exciting. It's also got keratin in it, biotin. It's good for your hair, your nails, and your skin. But Dr. Dan also put into it hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is something that physicians inject into joints that have osteoarthritis. So as a result, people are saying, wow, I'm taking this collagen and my back pain is much better. And I have less joint pain and my knees don't hurt as much. Again, these are all what we call personal testimonials. But you know what? When people get up and they say, well, I don't care what Dr. Dan said, let me tell you what I'm experiencing, that is very exciting. And in terms of the epigenetic effects of this one product, collagen, increases one of those 8 genes he looked at, the function, it upregulates it by 570%. That's huge. And that has to do with more cognition, being brighter and sharper and having a better memory. It also increases the genetic expression for the genes that have to do with ATP production and energy, and again, decreases the inflammation. The next product is called Eternal. That's an antioxidant super blend. Remember, 10% absorption on the standard? Well, this product, Eternal, 95% absorption, 9.5 times what the average is. Now, this is a product that has in it things you've heard of, CoQ10. It's also got in it called resveratrol, which is a wonderful antioxidant. It's got glutathione, which is perhaps the strongest antioxidant. And why do we need this? Because we want to decrease the formation of what are called free radicals. Free radicals forming in your body are bad. They increase our risk of heart attack, stroke, cancer, diabetes, all kinds of autoimmune diseases. But here's the testimonials. People get up and say, wow, this Eternal is great, but here's what I experience. My energy is so much better. I'm sleeping so much better. I have GERD, gastroesophageal reflux disease, or as Italians call it, agita, and that has gotten better. And now, hope everybody's sitting down, women who are in menopause are claiming that this product, Eternal, is wonderful to help them with their menopausal symptoms. Irritability, hot flashes, poor sleep patterns, crankiness, depression, all of that gone by taking this one product. Stop and think, out of the 8.2 billion people in this world, how many millions or maybe billions of post or menopausal women are there who would love to have a product like this so they can get off the estrogen, progesterone, anti-inflammatories, hypnotics that I prescribe for them because they're suffering with menopausal symptoms. And as far as the epigenetics go, this one product, Eternal, is phenomenal because it decreases the function of one of those 8 genes called IL-6, that's the interleukin, by 1,250%. That means the amount of inflammation in your body goes way down when you use Eternal. And at the same time, it stimulates one of those genes that increases energy production. Immune is the next one. Immune was developed by Dr. Dan as the total body immune system support to basically help you to fight off viruses and bacteria. Remember, 10% absorption is the standard. Well, this immune, 44%. So this is a product that basically helps people to stay healthier, to avoid viruses, bacteria. And the testimonies from individual people are wonderful. They get up and they say, when I go on a plane or I'm in a concert or I'm in a meeting where there's a lot of people around, I just double up or triple up on my immune. Think of this almost as a flu shot to basically prevent you from getting sick. Purify is a product that developed by Dr. Dan as what's called a whole body detoxifier. 10% absorption is the standard, remember? Well, this one is 88% absorption. So this product, Purify, basically helps us to get rid of heavy metals and toxins that we eat, breathe, and drink in our body. But here are the testimonials. People get up and say the following. Well, I'm on this Purify because I want to keep my body clean, but here's what I've noticed. I'm losing weight. My irritable bowel syndrome is better. My bloating is better. My asthma is better. All of this from Purify. All of these are personal testimonies in terms of the effectiveness of the product. And then finally, we go to Visage. Visage is our wonderful skincare collection, which basically comes in 4 components: a cleanser, a toner, a super serum, and creme caviar, which is a wonderful moisturizer. $340 for the whole thing. My God, what a bargain. If you know anything about high-end skincare with companies like La Mer and La Prairie, it's much, much more expensive. What's so exciting about Visage? Well, it's not necessarily putting it on your skin and looking better, it's feeling better. Here's the exciting part. This is the world's first neurotransmitter. What does that mean? Oh, neurocosmetic. What does that mean? You put it on your skin, it then stimulates the nerves in your face. Those send impulses to your brain, and your brain releases 3 neurotransmitters. You've probably heard of some of them. Dopamine. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that we all need to prevent us from getting a disease called Parkinson's. Think about Michael J. Fox. Think about how he squirms around when he's interviewed. He has Parkinson's. He doesn't have enough dopamine. Well, we hopefully have normal amounts of dopamine, but if you have more that's being released from your brain as a result of using this Visage collection, what that's going to do is make your movement even smoother, make your mood better, and make your motivation better. If you Google dopamine, it talks about the 3 M's: mood, movement, motivation. Serotonin is another neurotransmitter that's released from our brain when you put Visage on your face. Why do you need serotonin? Depressed people don't have enough serotonin. Physicians like me write prescription drugs to increase the amount of serotonin in the body. If you have more serotonin being secreted by your brain as a neurotransmitter because you've put Visage on your face, that's a plus plus. You will be brighter, you will think better, you'll have better recall. And then the third neurotransmitter is something called DHEA, dihydroepiandrosterone. Yes, I know it's a fancy word, but basically what it does is it also makes you better in terms of memory and recall. The last product that just came out is called Kinetic. Kinetic is a clean energy drink. Now, why is this important? Well, I told you before that I read the medical journal. So here is an article from the Cleveland Clinic Heart Advisor in the August edition. The August edition, mind you, this is only July. And here's the question. My 19-year-old son had a stroke after drinking an energy drink. He is okay, but why isn't anyone talking about the dangers of these energy drinks? Well, it turns out that Monster and Red Bull and all the other stuff is garbage. It's loaded with potent amounts of caffeine. It's loaded with things like taurine and other kinds of things that are stimulants and basically get you going. And it's marketed to basically young people who don't have a clue what's in there. This product, these drinks, basically cause this spasm of the arteries in your brain. And the Cleveland Clinic calls it a reversible cerebral vasoconstriction syndrome. It's a condition that occurs when the blood vessels in your brain go into spasm as a result of being exposed to these high energy drinks. And in some cases, the spasm causes permanent stroke damage to the brain by restricting blood supply. So, folks, what I'm telling you is in this United States of America, the way things run, as soon as more malpractice lawyers get going and there's more class action suits against the makers of Red Bull and a Monster and other drinks like that, you're going to hear a lot more about the toxicity of these products. But Kinetic is so good and because it's clean. And with that, I'm going to stop and pass it back to Renee.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Bob. Every time I listen to you, I am just always in awe of just your incredible research, your years and years of working with patients and really understanding not only from the Western medicine side of things, but really from that whole body integrative, looking at someone from the perspective of many different things. And we know that epigenetics, and of course we have our incredible epigenetics study that you were talking about, it plays the biggest part now. 96% of what our health outcomes are, dictated our lifestyle choices. And so you yourself have even gone through cancer and are feeling amazing. And I'm always just so impressed with your energy level.
Let, let,
So,
let me let me
okay.
interrupt to tell the group, folks, I have a cancer called multiple myeloma. It's a bone marrow cancer. Unfortunately, there's no cure, but thank God I am in remission because I'm getting a new type of therapy called immunotherapy. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because those of you that know me know that I am 79 years young and I am flying around with such a productivity and such energy, and it's all because of the products. So please tell everyone you know who's got any kind of chronic disease or cancer to seriously consider getting on these products. But first, of course, check with your physician, show them the ingredients, and get their blessing. These products will definitely improve the quality of everyone's life. And my goal is to get it out there to 8.2 billion people.
I love that, Dr. Bob. So I love your passion and it is really truly our global mission to get this in front of every single person. That is what we are tasked with. So I am going to share with you a couple of incredible testimonials. I'm going to start with Sally. Sally is an insurance broker. She has over 25 years of helping people not only with insurance and retirement planning, but she's super passionate about guiding people to make confident, informed decisions about their futures. And part of our futures are good health. So I love that, you're able to combine this, Sally. And so if you want to come on camera and, just share a little bit of your three journey. And thank you for being here today.
Hi everyone. I'm thrilled to be here first place, and I'm love to help share my journey with three, and especially with such a passionate doctor who's partnered up with me and help promote the active wellness out there. So for me, my experience with three, and I, first of all, at my place, at my home, I have two flights that involve 35 steps a day that I have to walk up and down. So I think over time I overstressed my knees and got discomfort. And this was prior to I learned about three. And for 2.5 months, I have to deal with this pain or persistent pain. So after learn about three and got involved, and no matter what, despite I go to the physical therapies with other remedies, I have been experienced, not able to take away that pain. So therefore, I've been with three, and when I first started, I already used 6 products, but I can very much believe that the Revive have make a very dramatic difference in my knee pain because these products would help, healthy joint, knees, the muscles, and after I took it for about a week, and the pain disappeared. And it was a maze, this is a comfort after it's gone. So I'm just so thrilled with with the products and with the results. And I would just love to, couldn't wait to share this, such wonderful products and with everybody, the whole world. And especially with people dealing with stubborn pain, and I'm sure it's worth to give it a try.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Sally. And Dr. Bob, I'd love your input on, just what is it that happens when we take Revive? Because I've experienced the same thing. I used to have chronic neck and shoulder pain that I did every kind of holistic remedy from acupuncture to kinesiology to body work. And boy, I started taking Revive and, probably 4 weeks later, I've never been in pain again. And that was a long time ago. Can you speak a little bit to that?
Well, first off, the absorption of the product is incredible, 30%, so you're getting a big dose quickly. It's not just turmeric or curcumin, it's a lot more. It's black cumin oil, and it's also boswellia, shiitake mushrooms. He's got grapeseed extract in it. He's got seed buckthorn fruit oil. He's got piperine and menthol. Dr. Dan is a genius, and the way he's formulated this just is so much more effective in terms of giving you a result than anything you can buy in the store. And again, I tell everybody, try it. In 30 days, you'll know whether it's working for you or not. And 90% of the people get a great reaction. Now, I'm not an organic chemist and I don't know all the stuff he knows in terms of the chemical interactions, but all I know is it works.
Yeah, it really does. And just coming from the standpoint of functional nutrition, we address through nutrition, we address the gut system through elimination diets and a variety of things to bring the inflammation down. And I'll tell you what, I use Revive all the time in the gut system also. So thank you, Sally. Next up, I have Melba Liu. And Melba was invited to a health talk by Dr. Bob, and it was when we first launched our neurocosmetic Visage serum, and she went to a convention, and she's here to tell us her story today.
Thank you so much, Renee. I'm so thrilled to be here. Thank you to Sally. Thank you to Dr. Bob. And of course, thank you to Renee. Hi, my name is Melba Liu. I've been a brand ambassador for only about a year. If you ladies want to get the secret of how to look 20 years younger, listen to me. I'm telling you, I have been using the Estee Lauder product line since I was 50 years old. Hey, I'm 65. I have now used Visage. This is my secret serum. I've been using it now once a day, and then I tried it twice a day. 4 months later, I go to my dentist. I'm telling you, I haven't seen her for the whole 1 year. And then what did she say? Melba, when I see you, you're getting older, but you're looking younger. I thought about it. Hmm. Oh, it must be the Visage. I'm telling you, this is the one you got to try if you haven't tried it yet. So I'm going to tell you, this is how you do it. I'm going to demonstrate how to apply this Visage. It releases your serotonin, it releases your dopamine, your DHEA, all the technical stuff, but I'm telling you how it works for me. So you pop the top, you're going to take 2 pumps. I have an assistant here, my new team member. His name is Kin Wong. He's going to count up how long does this take? 2 pumps. Ready, set, go. I massage it right here on the right cheek. I take off my glasses. I massage it on my left cheek right here. My nose, my upper chin, my forehead, your frown lines, wherever you want it. Oh, your neck. Go across, go this way. And down here, don't forget to kiss your décolleté. That's it. What is it? 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Get with it. This only takes 15 seconds. 20 years you race. Oh my God. And so I just want to say how great I've been using this. You can rub the excess off of your hands. This is the Visage. If you like the results that I've been getting at, go for the cleanser that is like a face mask. You just jump in the shower, wet your face, put it on your face, massage it 30 seconds. Wash your hair, wash your body, rinse it off. And you will then refresh yourself, towel yourself off, dry, and just squirt 1, 2, 3. and then gently pat it into your skin, onto your neck, all over your body, kiss your body. Love you. Don't forget the cream caviar. Oh my goodness. Just put this daytime, nighttime. So I love the whole entire massage line. So I want to thank everybody again for everyone who is on the Zoom and to be invited. Lastly, I want to tell you, Miss Convention, don't forget about Kinetic. Whoever invited you here at this meeting or whoever sponsored you in Kinetic is clean caffeine. It is no sugar, no aspartame, no caffeine, the bad stuff. It's the good stuff. Green tea extract. You got to give it a try. And then our Love 3. If you weren't at convention, this is our CEO's bracelet. What does it mean? He has a compassion for kids. He was I want to say in a bad situation, a foster situation, whatever happened. But he wants to give back to kids. The youth are very important to us. We need to help educate the young generation, and we need to take care of them. So with this Love 3, it's a donation to help youth in trouble. Feed them, clothe them, love them. With that, I love you from my heart to yours. Thank you, Renee.
Thank you, Melba. That was just so heartfelt and so appreciated. And I love that you touched on a bunch of things. I'm 63, so I can tell you that turning back time is a real thing. My skin has definitely benefited from using our super serum for the last year. Dr. Bob, I know that you're really passionate about the neurotransmitter effect and the dopamine, serotonin response. I know you talked about it a little bit earlier. Can you give me your 30-second version of what this does?
Sure. Well, the beautiful thing that Dr. Dan has figured out is, as he loves to say, it's the world's first neurocosmetic, which means you put it on your face like a cosmetic. However, it stimulates the nerves in your face and your neck to basically trigger your brain to release these three neurotransmitters. And he likes to say, when you look better, you feel better, and when you feel better, you look better. And I keep telling him, Dr. Dan, you need to talk more about dopamine, serotonin, and DHEA. And he smiles and he says, well, Dr. Bob, you'll take care of that for me. You'll tell the whole world. So indeed, it's really because of the neurotransmitters and what it does for you. And by the way, just like Dr. Dan does with everything, he's got clinical studies on it, before and after serum levels, to show you how these neurotransmitters are increased after you apply this massage to your face. So it works, and it's real, and it's scientific.
Well, thank you. My personal testimonial is, when I came to this product line, I was pretty sick. And I have had Hashimoto. I've been all over the place. In my, early 40s, I was diagnosed with Graves' disease and then Hashimoto's. And then they took me down, they took me up with medications, and I just got off that medical train. And I just decided to address this naturally. And I looked all over and I used all kinds of different supplements. And when I came to 3, I just trusted that this was different. And I really have, seen dramatic changes. Purify is one of my favorites because if you have ever been in the thyroid realm, you know that chronic constipation can be a part of that, and it's not your friend. So, shifting to the probiotics in Vitalite, all of the nutrients in the Purify, which I took a lot of them separately. I love that our products are all in ones. I can't speak to you enough about that. It's just simplifying your routine. If you're taking all kinds of supplements, this is just so easy. It just works. Trust the process. Do it for a minimum of 90 days. But I always say that real turning point is at 180 days, when our body can really, truly absorb our nutrients and get to a better place. So last words, Dr. Bob, before we take off for tonight.
Well, I hear all the time from physicians and other health professionals who are skeptical because, again, it's not FDA approved. So first they got to get over that hump. By the way, the market for this is 200 billion with a B, so somebody's using them. And as I love to tell people, even the skeptics, listen, try it. And now, Renee, I don't need 60 days or 90 days or 180 days. My experience is people will know whether or not it's doing something for them within a month. And I'll tell people, just try it and see how it goes. And I'm confident because so far it's about 90% of people who try it keep coming back. And that's
Yes.
why the company is growing like crazy, 150 million in 2 years.
Yes, very impressive. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for our global audience that is attending tonight. And this will be on our Spark Global channel. So share it out to those people that didn't make it tonight. Thank you, Sally. Thank you, Melba. And most of all, thank you, Dr. Bob, for taking your time. I know how valuable that is. Take care, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Renee.
you so
Good night.
much.